Hi, this is Zach with the US Chartbreakers here at Zach's Traders Cafe for Monday, the 7th of July. Starting off with the S&P, which obviously was closed on Friday for Independence Day celebrations, but you can see the market really looking forward to those Independence Day celebrations, and we're not far off now. The implied target there, the top of that May 2024 broadening triangle, 63.40. Looking for that sometime during the course of July, especially while we're above the old March resistance around 61.47. Ideally, we stay on the right side of 6,200 ahead of the move up towards the pointed destination. Next up is the Nasdaq, and here the story is, if anything, even better than the S&P. We've got the target there, 23,000, which we were looking for sometime during the course of July. Obviously, we're already in early July, so probably have to revise the upside there. But the upside, hopefully, a done deal while we're above recent support at 22,400. Moving along to the stocks, and quite a few flying situations at the moment. The first one is the Bitmine immersion technologies, which obviously has had a great run. What's interesting here is that we found the nominal top of that rising trend channel there from the summer of last year, so $160, which is obviously the $161, the top of the triangle, the channel rather. Market back a long way, and so what will be interesting here is how far the market retraces down to the resistance on the way up there, 74.80. That's probably the only near term, or at least nearby, potential support point. The old resistance becoming potentially new support. If we stay above that, then we're looking for a retest of 161, hopefully later this month. Moving along to Enigmatig, and here another strange chart, a U-shaped chart here. And what's interesting here is that resistance on the way down was at $6.33, so we need an end-of-day close above that to then give us a chance of retesting $13. Again, hopefully by the end of this month. The other point to note is we had neckline resistance there at $4.30, and as we are well below the $6.33 level, want to see whether the support comes in there. An end-of-day close back below that would actually be a negative, but while we're above it, feeling confident about a potential turnaround. Next up is Global Interactive, so another crazy chart with a massive gap to the upside. What's interesting here is we had resistance on the way down. In fact, neckline resistance, you could describe it at $3.12. Ideally, we stay above that, and ideally that would offer potential dips to buy into. But on the right side of $3, basically looking for the market to then eventually head towards $7 perhaps by the end of next month. The key is staying at $3 or above. Onto the excitingly named Huhu Tech, and here, if I can spell the name of the company correctly, you can see that we've got a rising trend channel there. Very strong moves on Wednesday and Thursday. Top of the range and top of the channel there, just shy of $11. That's what we're looking for, while the shares remain above the initial resistance around the $5.65 levels, above $5.65, hoping for 11. Ideally, they stay above the resistance on the way down, $6.35, but that might be asking a bit too much. Next up is No Labs, and here, interesting setup in the sense that we had the gap up back in June, but we've had to retrace. The positive, though, is the way that we've got the RSI back above neutral 50, and that support's been found above a rising 50-day line. That tends to be leading indicator on the upside and suggests that we should be looking for $4 recent resistance by the end of this month. Another situation with a bit of spark in it is Lixte Biotechnology, and here we've got a wide rising trend channel, top of the channel there, heading for $5, and we're looking for $5 while we remain above the floor of the gap there, $1, around $1.96, so we call it $2, so above $2, looking for 5 on that particular situation. A nice situation brewing up here at Net Power with the rising trend channel base and strong price action above a now rising 50-day line. Recent resistance broken there around the $3 level, and above that looking for the top of the channel, $4.17. sometime during the course of July, but very strong looking turnaround there for the 50-day line. It's been a case of snakes and ladders for Regencell, which obviously did very well last month. Looks like we're having a situation where the rug pull is hopefully over now. We've managed to rebound at the end of last week above that 50-day line at 1585, looking for resistance on the way down at 34.65, hopefully over coming days. Stock which is new to us is 707, and here just guessing really that we've hit the floor of the channel there, but it was a gap fill rebound on Wednesday and then a follow through on that. Initial resistance here at around the $5.30 level, above that hopefully back to the top of the range, and obviously in the meantime we don't want to see anything on the wrong side of $4, the recent support. I covered and wrote about both the chart and the fundamentals of WNS, and looks as though it has been approached for a takeover. Here, the top of the channel was at $80, top of that channel there from September last year, and we were looking for that while we were above the recent resistance at $61, and so obviously pre-market at 73, and hopefully we can continue in that kind of vein. Finishing off with Xponential Fitness, and here we've got a bear trap island reversal, so we gapped down back in March, gapping up now and above recent resistance around the $9.70 mark, looking for the shares to at least fill the gap up to $12.12 by the end of this month. But that bear trap island reversal normally a very strong signal, so let's see if it works this time. And ideally we stay above the 50-day line at $8.52, whatever happens on this turnaround. That's it for me today. More updates tomorrow.